All right, I just want to make sure everyone has a good video, audio, any issue, note. All right. Okay. Great. Okay. So if you have any issue with video, audio, please let me know immediately. Okay. Hi, Bryce. All right. So it's another week. So we're gonna start a new chapter, chapter 3 today, right? We got PowerPoints. Oh yes. I'm gonna upload all the PowerPoints, chapter 1, 2, 3 on Canvas under the file, okay? Under the file, so you can find it easily, okay? All right. Okay, great. Okay. All right, Marie. So let's talk about some other things. What chapters will it? All right, Marie, please check with your syllabus. We are exactly on the schedule, same as the syllabus. We are going to cover chapter 1, 2, 3. I'm going to talk about that. All right, I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let's start. All right, so the last time we talked about external environment, right? External environment, Cortex 546 model and Pascal and some other things. Okay, SWOT analysis, something like that. So we talked about the external things. Okay, all right. This time, our attention is focused on the internal things. Internal things. Okay, internal means we can control. Okay, so it is okay. Very simple topic. Okay, it is all about resource. What we have internally, how we can use this. Okay, this is internal environment. Okay, so we are gonna talk about a couple of topics like resource-based view and some value chain analysis and some other topics. Okay, that's it. Very simple topic. All right. So chapter 1, strategy management. Chapter 2, external environment. Chapter 3, internal environment. Okay. So everyone's ready to talk about it? All right. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Bryce. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure our schedule, okay, with some announcements. Okay, so capstone simulations, okay. So I can emphasize this again and again, all right. Please start it as soon as possible, okay, with your team. Okay? Register, navigate, and be familiar with it, okay. Then better you're familiar with the simulations, the better performance you will be, okay. All right. Then schedule, all right. So Monday, today, and Wednesday, we're gonna talk about chapter 3, and Friday, we are supposed to have the exam 1, the first exam, okay? The first exam. And the following Monday, we will have presentation 1, okay? So chapter 3, Monday, Wednesday, and exam Friday, and the following Monday, presentations, okay? Exam, it will be, okay? Multiple choice questions, okay? Based on our settings, okay, in this, okay, synchronous online class, and around 30 questions in 40 minutes, okay. And the best strategy to prepare the test is very simple. Read the textbook very, very carefully, because we did a lot of discussions, a lot of class activities already. Then when you read the textbook, okay, you will remind what we talked about. Then read the textbook very, very carefully and slowly, because you need to remind the concepts and the logics behind the concepts too. Okay, so don't try to read fast. Okay, it doesn't help. Huh? All right. So 30 questions in 40 minutes. Okay? So you should. This is an open book test. All right. This is an open book test. So you can use anything, but it's not easy to use other materials in 40 minutes, okay, for 30 questions. So it's totally up to you, all right? It's totally up to you. And presentation one, we already talked about that. Find the real case and you present it, what strategy a corporation used and how the performance was. Okay? The best strategy to prepare this presentation is think about your audience. Yes. Okay? Think about your audience, what they want to hear, right? What they want to know. Okay? You should provide it. That is the presentation. That is the business presentation. All right. Any question? Question, comment about exam presentation and schedule, whatever. Yeah. The capsule, which team we join? We already talked about that. Team 1 will go Andrew. Team 2 will go Baldwin. Team 3, Chester. Team 4, what is that? DP. And Team 5, Ori. Okay. All right. Any other question? Comment? Okay. Then we can move. Okay. We can move because we have 2 meetings for chapter 3. Okay. Today and Wednesday. So probably Wednesday we can use this time to let you have the enough time to prepare the test. Okay. So, all right. This is the distribution of your warm-up keys, chapter 2 warm-up keys, and look at this. Average is 7.42 out of 8. It's great. It's great. Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. And standard deviation is 0.76. It's a far less than 1. That means most students have very similar performance. Okay. Look at this distribution. Okay. Many students have perfect scores. Great. So it seems that as a whole group, you are ready to talk about the topics already. Okay? So you are doing great. I love it. Okay? Just keep up the good work. Okay? All right. Let's talk about internal environment. Okay? Internal environment with the warm keys. So now we can start warm keys. Okay? And you go ahead. Let me chapter 3 warm keys, and you go ahead on Canvas. It is available, and I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. So now is the 12:09. So it should be 12:20. Okay. All right, now you can start. You can start your warm keys. So you have 10 minutes. Okay, you take it, then we're gonna discuss afterwards. Okay. Please go ahead, please.
You are now unmuted.
Okay, good. All right, when you're done, please let me know. Okay, just type done. All right, thank you. Okay. All right. Anybody needs more time? Anybody needs more time? Or we can start. All right, call it done. Okay. All right, let's start. Let's start to talk about that. All right. So it seems that everyone's done. Okay? So number one. All right. So we are going to talk about internal environment. Internal environment. Okay. So number one. If a firm builds its strategy on a capability that cannot by itself create or sustain competitive advantage, it is wasting its time and resources. True or false? Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. All right. So competitive advantage, we talked about that. Our ultimate goal in this strategy management, our goal is what? Competitive advantage, doing better than others. Okay. So our strategy is not necessary for this. Okay. Competitive advantage, then what for? Okay? So it's very true. All right. So strategy and performance. Okay. Strategy and performance. Strategy, we talk about two fundamental strategy. Okay. Reduce cost, increase product differentiations. Performance is competitive advantage. All right. So this is the framework we are going to talk about again and again. All right. Number two, value chain analysis. Value chain analysis assumes that the basic economic purpose of a firm is to create value. Okay. And it is a useful framework for analyzing the strengths and weakness of the firm. True or false? All right, Tanner says true. Okay, all right, good, great. So it's a true, all right, it's true. Okay, so what is a value chain analysis? What is a value chain? Okay, anyone? What is a value chain analysis? Value chain, what is that?
Not just the different activities within an organization that create value, each separate activity, I guess.
Exactly, Jack, thank you. Jack, thank you. Okay, exactly. So this perspective is very simple, all right? So our activities in the organization composed of many steps, activities, and these activities, each activity actually create a value, all right? Then if we analyze these values in each step, okay, we have a better sense about our activities. Okay? Then we have a better strategy. We have better performance. This is the perspective of value chain analysis. Okay, so it is all about competitive advantage, and it is all about internal things, strengths and weakness, what we are doing. Okay, so this number 2 is true. Okay, so in value chain, so there are activities. Okay, then primary and secondary activities. Yes, thank you, Tanner. Okay, so there are several typology of these activities. This chains, value chains. Okay, so in this textbook, textbook focus on primary and non-primary activities. All right, primary and secondary activities. Okay, as Tanner actually pointed out. What is a primary and what is a secondary? How do you distinguish this? Primary and secondary. How do you distinguish this?
The primary activities are like creating the actual product, and then, well, in the book it actually says support activities. I said it wrong, but it's like HR stuff. So like anything else that might help support the business. So like hiring and firing people, or you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, great, Tanner. Okay. So Tanner point out that primary activities are directly involved with the production of product. Okay. And secondary activities not directly, but indirectly involved with the creating competitive advantage. Okay. So it's good. All right. It's good definitions. Okay. But in the practice, okay, it's not easy. This activity is exactly primary. This one is exactly secondary. But sometimes we are confused. Okay. To reduce this confusion, I use these concepts. Okay. Probably you can use it too. Okay. The flow of raw material. Okay. So think about that. Raw materials. Okay. So inbound logistics, right? Okay. And some production, change it, and outbound logistics, and sales, and customer service, flow of these raw materials. If any activity is involved with this flow of materials, okay, raw materials, it is primary activities. If it's not directly involved with this flow of raw materials, it is secondary activities, non-primary activities. Make sense? Okay, so number 3. Primary activities contribute to physical creation of product or service, the sale and transfer to the buyer, and its service after the sale. So we talked about that. Okay. So number 3 is true. All right, it's very true. Okay. All right, number 4. So primary support activities. Okay. So we talked about the HRs, finance, or something like that. Those are support activity because it's not directly involved with the raw materials, the flow of raw materials, but it still creates competitive advantage, right? So number 4, support activities provide support for primary activities, but not each other. True or false? Okay, right says false, Sam says false, right, okay. Actually, primary support activities, okay, provide support for each other, all right. And also, I just want to emphasize this. I want to clarify this. Primary activities and support activities are necessary to create competitive advantage, right? If any activity, any value chain, okay, any value chain is not necessary to create competitive advantage, then it should be gone. it should be deleted in your activities. Okay? You don't need to do that. Okay? So primary activities, support activities, they contribute each other and create competitive advantage. Right? Okay. All right. Number 5, technology development. Okay, I love it. Technology development is much broader concept than research and development. Oh, so this question compares technology development and R&D. All right. So is it true or false? All right, it's true. All right. How do you distinguish this technology development and R&D? Okay. What the difference between this? It's slippery concepts. Okay. All right. Bryce, Erica, anyone? Why you say true? It's true. Why you say true? How do you distinguish this? Technology development and R&D. So some people use these terminologies interchangeably. So I just want to clarify this. Many people actually confused about this. Anyone? Any idea? What is the difference between technology development and research and development, R&D? Okay.
Is it because like technology development, it's like you have to like kind of invent it, whereas research and development is kind of the same, I guess, like in the sense of like the same process, I guess you could say.
All right. Okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. I just want to clarify this. Technology development is a broad concept. That means it's involved with the entire business system, right? Entire business system. And R&D is a specific project, all right? So people use this terminology in this way, many people. But, technology development, R&D, it's not easy to exactly what this terminology actually point out, okay? So I just want to clarify, okay, how people use this terminology, but, it's also many people just confuse it and interchangeably use it. So technology development is involved with entire business. It's very close to the technology strategy. Okay, and research development is about the specific project. Okay, this is the best way to distinguish these two concepts. Okay, all right, great, good. Number 6. Information technology, IT, can also play a key role in enhancing the value that a company can provide its customers and in turn increasing its own revenue and profits. Okay, IT is an activity within the support activities of general administration. True or false? Yes, it's true. Very true. Very true. Okay, so IT is an example of the support activities. So we have great sense about primary activities and support activities now. Okay, so I assume like that. Number 7, at times the difference between manufacturing and service. There are many differences between manufacturing and service. Okay, manufacturing and service is providing a customized solution rather than mass production as is common in manufacturing. True or false? Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true, Kristen. Okay, thank you. So service, it is not easily stored, saved. Okay, it's not easily saved. All right. So service in many cases it needs to provide a customized solution. Okay, and manufacturing is about production. Okay, production. Okay, but it's about mass production. But these days, okay, many innovative managers actually think in different ways. Okay? The production can be a service too. All right, so they're not going to focus on mass production. They focus on the customized production. All right, there is small number of productions, but it's a customized, so create more values. Okay, so manufacturing, service are totally different concepts in many perspectives, but some managers try to change their own perspectives on these two concepts these days. Okay? All right, great. So we are going to talk about value chain analysis already. So we're done. Okay. All right. Any question, comment? Any question, comment? So far, so good? All right. Good, good. So we're going to talk about a couple more points, all right? Couple more topics. Then this chapter 3 is done. Okay. So let's talk about that. So, all right. So we done one of these. So learning objectives. We already talked about value chain. Okay, value chain. We talked about value chain. Okay, primary and support activities. Okay, so value chain analysis. We talked about it. Resource-based view. We are gonna talk about this with our case. Okay, very simple perspective, but it's a strong tool to analyze your internal environment. Okay, there are 4 questions to ask in this perspective. Then we want to talk about some traditional things. Okay, financial ratio analysis, we already knew this, and balanced scorecard is a new concept. So we want to talk about resource-based view and balanced scorecard. Then this chapter is done. Okay, very easy. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. And chapter 3. Okay, so we already talked about chapter 1 and 2, and this time chapter 3. Then we will have test for these 3 chapters. Okay? Our test will cover only these 3 chapters. Okay? All right. Today class activity. All right, your case. In the last meeting, actually, we talked about the hormones, the Strait of Hormuz, the real case. Okay? This time we want to talk about Twitter. Okay, so you already read the case. Okay, very simple case. So we talk about all right this case. Okay, there are 3 questions, but probably your discussions will focus on this second and third questions. So if you are the boss of Twitter, okay, so what are you gonna do? All right, what would you do? Okay, so please meet with your teammate and then discuss your perspectives. Okay, then we're gonna discuss as a whole group. Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. I'm gonna create breakout rooms for your discussions, and I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Please join with your team and discuss these questions. I'm going to mute my microphone for your discussions.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Okay. All right. So it's 10 minutes, okay? Still fine? Okay. All right. Great. Okay, so let's talk about that. The first question. So what is the case about? Anyone can start it? What is the case about? What is the case about? Please go ahead.
It's about Twitter and how they kind of rose to fame quickly, and then they kind of plateaued and then even hit like a decline in the 2010s, I believe it was. And it was just talking about their competitors and why their growth kind of slowed down, basically.
All right, exactly. So everyone knows Twitter, right? Yeah. Not everyone uses it, but everyone knows Twitter. So it's about Twitter. So why did Twitter go from an exciting growing firm to a firm with a flat user base so quickly? So it's a very simple question. So anyone? Anything?
I'm about to leave this class.
Art talks about how it was more just like it was the new next thing. That's why it kind of was big, but then it didn't really have a lot to offer and a lot of new elements. That's why it kind of plateaued and then started declining.
All right. Okay. Good. Any else? Anything? Any other point on this? Any other point? Yeah. Okay. So we understand that what Twitter actually provides for service, right? So for the first time, the service it's great. It's great. New elements, and there are some fad on the Twitters. Okay. So Twitter actually experienced exciting and growth, okay, and very quickly. And then they have some other phase of their growth. Okay. So all right. So we just first question is very straightforward. Okay. So I'm gonna stop here. Okay, today because it's already 12:50. So we are gonna continue. All right. The second and third question, two questions in the next time. Then we are gonna continue some my simple lecture about chapter 3. Then chapter 3 will be done. Okay. Then Friday we have a test. Okay. So we're gonna continue. This case on Wednesday. Okay. Any question, comment? All right. Then if you don't have any question, comment, I will see you on Wednesday. All right. You did a great job today, and then you have a great Monday. Okay. I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. You did a great job today. Okay.
You are currently the only person in this conference.